day 24 of my challenge. I'm trying to reach the rating of 2000 in chess within 30 days, 197 points left. And today, guys, I will try to attack my opponent like a crazy human being. Let's go. All right, let's get started. We are playing a 1900, and you know, I love to play the move E4. I'm playing against the Pirc defense, so we go with the 2 pawns in the middle of the board. Strong boys. Okay, we have to protect this pawn that was attacked by the knight. And now, guys, one plan that I love is very, very spicy. What you have to do, you go with the bishop here, and then you have to avoid this knight from getting there. Now, as soon as this queen is controlling that square, I think the move knight g4 wouldn't be too good, because sometimes there are intermezzo checks here. Now, I think that doesn't work because there is c6. Anyway, you can just move the bishop here and should be fine. But now I will play the move f3, and then I will play queen d2, and I'm going straight forward for my plan. I want to go long castle and to start attacking this queen, this king. Did I say this queen? I don't know what I said. Okay, I will get started with the move g4 because before castling, I want to get my pawns, you know, let it go. Let it go. So should I... Now, my opponent is attacking the center. If they take, I could take with my bishop. But maybe I just go with the knight here, which looks very smart because I'm developing a knight that I have to develop anyway, and after a pawn here, I'm taking with the knight. And you know why? Because I want to keep my bishop there, because that bishop is going one day to go on h6 and to be traded for this important bishop. Once this bishop disappears, the king side of my opponent is so much weaker. Lots of holes and lots of problems. Okay, so we keep going with the typical plan. We go with also the move h5, and now I want to deliver an execution of this attack in the best way possible. I think we should combine moves like bishop h6, h5, opening the h file, then bringing the queen, kicking this knight away with the move g5 and giving checkmate. This seems complicated. We'll make it happen, hopefully. Okay, let's take back here with the knight. It's our plan. Now, this knight is attacking not much because this is protected. So I feel like we can keep going with our plan. So maybe it's time to long castle, honestly. It's time to long castle because this pawn will be protected, because I can imagine the queen be sliding here or sliding there, especially if we play bishop h6. Maybe queen here would be attacking this pawn and this knight at the same time. So it could be a little bit problematic. So now castle is fine. I'm happy that my knight here is protecting very well this pawn. Also move like b5, b4 is not like super exciting for my opponent. Here my opponent has to start an attack as quick as possible. How is usually black attacking? With bishop here, rook c8, sometimes there are even rook sacrifices here, and if not, b5, or queen here, b4, such moves. Okay, so can I play this or that? Let me think. I think I will just go with this, honestly. Yeah, this looks really fun because this queen is not attacking anything. This is protected by the knight. And yeah, maybe b4 would be a good move. But the pawn cannot move 3 steps forward. So it's no problem. Yeah, b5 is a move that makes lots of sense. They want to push here and then this pawn would be hanging. So maybe I need to play the move king b1. To take care of this pawn. This is a very prophylactical move because here the king is protecting all 3 pawns at the same time, so it makes lots of sense. And if my opponent pushes here, I might just go with the knight there, and I'm sacrificing a pawn. Am I okay with that? I think yes. I mean, if not, where can this knight go? I mean, the knight can go here also, but then there is knight there, and I really don't want that to happen, so we will go with the knight here. We are sacrificing a pawn, but we are confident that our attack is going to work out. Okay, we take back, and now if the queen takes, we might just play the move bishop h6. So we are ready to... Yes, we are ready to trade this bishop. It looks very nice. Imagine if the bishop takes, we take with the queen, and we're going to take there and to give checkmate next. It's like very straightforward. Now, I expect this move bishop e6 to be played because my opponent is threatening also a very nice check. The king has to move and checkmate. So I have to take care about that. And I think I have to play the move b3. One thing that I didn't spend any time on is the move knight take f3. I spent time in my mind, but I didn't tell you about that. So after knight takes, I can take there, and if my opponent tries to trade the queen, I just take back with the knight and I won a piece. So knight take f3 makes sense just if after this you can take back with the queen attacking the rook. The problem is there is always bishop g2 attacking the queen and also the rook behind. But here there are lots of intermezzo. Okay, my opponent is taking there. This is a move that I didn't consider at all. But I understand the idea. There is a little rook that is not protecting behind. But here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take here. Yes, get rid of that piece. And now we gotta think. Because, for example, I could really think about taking there. Because once the queen goes there, I can play bishop g2. And I'm attacking this rook behind. So I could end up just with an extra piece. And that could be amazing. I'm thinking if I should first stay there just to, you know, not to lose material. Or if I should push this pawn by giving a check. The king has to go back, then I take. Okay, I think I will just take here. It makes lots of sense. Now, my opponent will take there, I will play bishop g2, and then I will take the rook. And I calculated a little bit of thing because it was needed. I will show you. So I think my opponent will have to take the rook. If not, they just lost a piece, and it doesn't make much sense. After bishop takes here, attacking the rook, I can just play bishop g2, you know? Attacking the queen and the rook behind, so it should be alright. And what is important to calculate is that after queen takes bishop here, you have to see where is the queen going. You know, so if the queen goes here, I can simply take, and I'm also offering the trade of queens. Okay, yeah, we play this, bishop g2. Now, if the queen moves here, we just, yeah, this is the best move in my opinion. And now I was looking at so many different moves, and I was wondering, okay, if I take there, the bishop is going to take here, and then there is like this rook and this pawn under attack. But I saw a very, okay, they took with the queen, which is curious. I didn't expect that. I'm thinking if I should even push there, or I could just wait. I will just bring the bishop all the way back, attacking the queen. By the way, I would have played the same move if the bishop would have taken, so defending at the same point, the bishop and the rook at the same time. And that's why, guys, I prefer not to take there, but to keep things flexible, because I thought, okay, if my opponent takes with this pawn, suddenly the rook is under attack, and maybe this move, bishop f3, wouldn't be working anymore. That's why, at this point, when I decided here, so when I decided to take, I thought like, okay, let's not first take, because I was considering to push here or to take there. But I said like, no, let's take it immediately. I don't want to activate in any way the black rook. And so we got to this position. Okay, the queen has moved away. It's an interesting square. I'm thinking about simply playing rook here. And my opponent could push. Because again, I don't want to take for the same reason. The pawn chase, suddenly the rook is activated. So I like this. I like this. You know, if they want to play g5, it's their choice. They can do that. The pawn on g5 will be weak, and I see already some potential forks here. Now the knight there is like would be taken by the bishop, so it wouldn't work. But you know, it starts to feel like promising. Okay, I didn't expect this move. The pawn is attacking the knight, which is protecting the bishop. Is it something that I miss? So, I mean, I think I can just take there. And after, even if the pawn is taking the knight, I give a check, and this should be completely winning. So how is my opponent taking? If they take with the pawn, I'm just giving a check, sliding. This is the whole idea of all my attack. Okay, they're just doing this, but now I go for this. And if the king moves here, there is a rook hanging. But the most nice thing is that I just take, I can push or take, and it's a discovery check. And this should be just GG's. So now, should I push or should I take? I mean, everything is good, honestly. But I like this a little bit more because I can take the rook and promote at the same time. And if the king goes here, this is even a check, so the king has to go there, which is like the middle of the board, not very good. And that's why my opponent resigned. Okay, guys. Short analysis! There is a brilliant move! H take g6. I'm very happy with this. Let's go on with the next game. Okay, we are playing against Bonn from Germany. Hallo miteinander, ich bin Alessia und ich spreche very good Deutsch. I said that I'm Alessia and I speak very good German. Don't believe me. Okay, so we are playing against Italian, and now my opponent didn't go fried liver, but went with the knight here. But now, I think you know this trick by now. You can take there, and this is not a trick. I wanted to explain the difference between tricks and good moves. Tricks are moves that if your opponent knows the best reply, you are in trouble. Instead here, this is just a good move because even if my opponent knows the best reply, I'm not in trouble. Now, I go with the big center. I go with the big center attacking the knight. And now what I have to do is extremely important. I have to find a way to do an artificial castle. So to develop my bishop, and then to develop the rook, and then to bring the king into safety. So where can I place my bishop? So if I go there, there is the move d4, and against d4, I want to respond with e4. So I will place my bishop here. This looks fun. And it's true that my opponent could jump there theoretically with a check, and I'm thinking about playing the simple move, rook f8, and if a knight goes there, I just have successfully completed a castle. And what I obtained, I got a nice bishop here, and okay, let's go. Guys, we just have a very normal position. We have castle, we have the bishop here, and we have a good center. So it's like a dream position with the black pieces. Now we have to complete our development. We cannot just say, okay, we have a good position, we'll win the game. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. I love this move. I love this move. It has a very nice idea. This pawn is a bit overloaded because it's protecting this knight and this little pawn at the same time, or pony. So we are threatening bishop takes. Now, okay, the queen is under attack, so we move it one step forward or one step backward, but the threat is there. I want to take here, and after pawn takes, to take the knight. This is a very typical idea. So maybe my opponent has to play king here. That's crazy. That's very crazy. So to protect this pawn with the king, so if I would take, they have to take with the king. Imagine the queen here would be checkmate. Unfortunately not, because there is knight takes queen, but would be fun. Okay, the knight went there. I will start by asking a question to this bishop and then develop this one. I'm not sure which one of these two squares is better. This seems more safe to me because I can also bring the rook there. Now, this at first surprises me a little bit. I mean, this pawn is protected twice and is attacked 50 million times. So didn't I just win a pawn there? I think so. Now the knight is also under attack. It's not really under attack because this is pinned due to the queen there. So the knight could stay there, but I don't like this f4. This was a big mistake. In general, when you start to become an advanced player, you have to really be careful about pawn moves. Pawns are not going backwards, and this might sound something very basic, but it's actually something very important to always consider, because once you push a pawn, even if you don't lose it, you leave some squares very weak. Now the knight is attacking for the third time. This little pony is protected 3 times, but one of the defensor is the queen, so that's not good enough. We cannot give a queen away in exchange of a knight to protect the pawn. So what to do? One move that I would love to consider is the move f3, but I don't think it brings to something. G5 is the thing that we can really consider, and I like it. So I know my king is getting very weak, but who is going to exploit that? I mean, look at those pieces, how passive they are. And look at mine, they're very strong, looking at old diagonal. The queen is helping this king a lot, defending very well. So I'm feeling very happy in this position. Guys, I think I have a very cute move. Okay, I was thinking about this, but then if the knight takes, I have bishop c5 and I win a piece. But if the bishop takes, I take, knight takes bishop there is still the move c3, and I don't win a piece. And so why should I give away the pawn? Okay, what do we do then? I'll bring the rook to the party. This is very sensible. For example, if this move is played, after bishop takes, we can take there. Okay, now the king is getting out of there. I start to see a way to improve this knight, and I will go with the knight towards the squares because they are looking really amazing. And if my opponent goes there with the knight, I can just kick it away and just say, okay, now you went there, you feel a bit better about yourself, but now please go back. Okay, and we improve our knight, and we are threatening a double fork. A fork here and a fork there. I don't know if my opponent can save them both. Maybe the only way is to move away this rook, because it's the only piece that is, you know, is a problem in both cases. Okay, it's time to go for this move. I will say to this bishop, you're going to be a little bit sad about your future. And now I go with the Giga Knight there. This is such an amazing square. If my opponent takes at any point with any piece, I'm going to take back with a pawn. And I have a pass pawn, protected pass pawn, just 2 steps away from promotion. Now, with which one should I take? It's not so clear, but I think I'll take with this one, because suddenly those bishops are both pointing towards the king. Alright, the queen goes there. I think I will just... Okay, I'll just move the queen here. And I'm threatening nothing, but I'm still threatening something. So I want to slowly improve all my pieces. The queen might go to g3. There we go, queen to g3. And now maybe some sacrifices might start to work. I could also think to bring the bishop here, so I just take there and I'm not sacrificing. But I could also just improve before, when you are attacking, remember that you need all the pieces to attack. So I could just, okay, my opponent is now trying to open up there, but I can simply improve my bishop. I think the bishop is better placed on this diagonal. And of course, I had to shortly check that after pawn takes, this pawn is not lost. But there is the problem that this is checkmate. So the knight has to be on f3. Okay, now we take back. And I think now I will just double the rooks on the f file. So play something like rook here. Okay, I don't think this is good. This sinks. Wait, I can just take there. I know, the knight is still protecting the mate. Ah, wait a second. Okay, I will play then king up. Or maybe even h5. Because yeah, this is a check, but it brings to nothing. And if this I can take... Okay, let's do this. This looks so fun. I'm attacking with the pawns in front of my king. Usually they say do not push the pawns in front of your king. But if nobody can attack your king, who cares? This is when, you know, you have to learn the chess rules, but then you have to understand also when you can not follow them. Because this could lead to some, this could lead to some very powerful moves, like this one. I think like the knight has to go back there, because if the knight goes here to just give a check for fun, I just go with the king up and this knight is lost. The king is going to take there. So the knight has to go backwards. I also checked shortly knight h5 just to see that, okay, maybe my opponent has some crazy resources, but I can just take this knight. There we go. And now I'm threatening mate. Yeah, they can trade there, but they don't have any check. They don't have any check. I'm threatening mate and they cannot defend it. This is game over. Yeah, I take here, and now it's really the final move. Let's go! New game, everybody! That was a very fun attack, and I have to speed up. If not, these videos are going to take too long time. So I'm playing against the Sicilian. Now the 3 possibility were knight here, d6, and e6. I play against this the Rossolimo attack. Okay, queen here to protect. I will just castle. So the idea in general of all these sidelines is to play the move c3 and then the move d4. And we'll do this. c3 and then d4. Now, should I trade there? Okay, let's do this. Let's trade and let's go for the center. I feel like I have a very good development. My opponent has wasted lots of tempos with their pieces. They are left with the bishop pair though. But look, I have king castled and knight in the center and I'm ready to develop my pieces all the way. How could I keep going with my attack? For example, a knight there looks very, very nice. Also, if at some point I can place a bishop on f4 attacking directly the queen, that would be also lit. And my opponent needs to be very fast. And this doesn't look so fast. Because, yeah, they're just pushing a pawn there. I'm also thinking, oh, okay, I will play just bishop f4. And if they develop this knight on f6, I'm just going to throw this pawn all the way. And after they take, I go with the rook here. And I can also actually just take directly. And I'm attacking the queen. And then the rook is going to slide there. And this is just so good. I think bishop here needs to be played, yes. My opponent is good. But now for the first time in a million years, I give away both my bishops for the knights in an open position. And the reason is that this king is going to be really weak. I even saw that I lose this pawn, but now I give a check. And if this bishop goes back, I have to move f4 and I win a piece. I just won a piece, right? I think just one apiece. My king is a little bit weak, but my opponent doesn't have the pieces to attack, so it should be alright. And now we take first here, right? Yeah, they have to take with a pawn. And then we also take there. Alright, we also take here. This has to take back, and then we slide with a check here. Perfect. If the queen covers, we could just trade and get to an endgame. Okay, the queen is not covering, so I guess we just bring out the knight. That's perfect. And then we bring maybe the rook here. I love it, just to control all those squares. Alright, let's give this little check just to show my opponent that I can do many things with my queen, you know? The king has to go back. Here is the only square. If not, I can slide with my rook on d8. And I think my next move is going to be knight there. Oh. Well, okay, I will still go here. I'm threatening this fork, I'm threatening this check, and so many amazing things. Alright, we just do this. We just go with the... Wait. We could also take here. Okay, let's give this check first. My opponent might just instant resign here. Yeah. Okay, that was really fast and lots of fun. Okay, last game for today. We play e4, e5 against Babul, again an Indian player. There was somebody of you guys commenting, oh, you always play every day against somebody from India, and I felt super proud. And guys, we are facing the fried liver. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for 420 points. Exclusive deal for today. And now I will show you how to crash the fried liver. So you have to play this move. It's essential. You play d5 because you want to interfere with this bishop that is no longer attacking there. And now you really have to get rid of this bishop once forever. And so you attack it with the knight. And now I love to play here. You have two possibilities with black to play the move c3 and to sacrifice a pawn forever. Or I love this move, just developing a piece, attacking this bishop, and after bishop takes, you can take back with the queen. Now queen e2 is the main move, so my opponent is well prepared. I have to play this move, and now there is a free pawn here, but if they take, they lose a piece, so it's not really free. But they could potentially take here, and after queen takes, to take here. Now, is this good? No, that shouldn't be good, because if they take this pawn, the queen is in the same file of the king, and I think I have the move. Does knight take d5? Oh wow, c4. They are playing c4. This is very smart because they are protecting this pawn. Okay, I think I will have to castle here. I'm also considering this little move because I'm taking a pawn and I'm attacking that, but I don't want to play this until I'm castled. So I will just castle and see what my opponent is playing. But we keep in mind that this could be a very nice move. And one other thing that we have always to keep in mind is the move b4, because my knight suddenly has no squares to go. And we don't want to lose a piece. Alright, the knight went all the way back. We are a piece down, and I'm thinking to trade a piece. Usually you shouldn't do it, but like this, I can keep going with the move f5. I'm attacking this queen, and if the queen takes this pawn, I'm taking here. So the queen goes back, and now I really have lots of space. I'm thinking about playing the move b4, just attack it. You know what, I might just play the move 5 or bishop here. Wait, if I play bishop here, there is b4 and I'll lose a piece. We don't do that. So I might have to do b5. Why do I want to play e4? Sorry. So because after this, there is the move b3. And after pawn takes, well, actually, maybe this is good. And then I can play e5, bishop here. Maybe I can play bishop here, bishop there. And then maybe queen here. b3. This looks very sketchy. Ooh. Okay, I think we go for this. Okay, let's go with b5. So we are attacking directly the center. Okay, my opponent is protecting this way. This makes lots of sense. But now I'm feeling this move. Yeah, e4. So we are like, there are so many pawns hanging. This is crazy. Such a crazy position to have. But I feel like I'm attacking really... usually they say that when there is like pawns like connected, you have to attack them to the base. And now I love my bishop sneaking here. But I also have the possibility to take there first. Okay, let's start with this move. And after this, I will take there. And if the queen takes, they lose a piece. So this is kind of overload. There is a rook under attack, and there is not an easy way to deal with it. If a pawn is pushing, I just take. And now the bishop is just saying, oh, goodbye, my rook. That's really crazy. Okay, I'm first taking here, attacking the queen, and then I want to bring the rook to the party. Yes, we give a check so that this king can no longer castle. And then maybe we'll take the rook. Or I might even sacrifice first there. What if I move my knight here? There is this, or here. Let's put it safe here. Because can they save the rook? Because if knight here I push, but there is bishop here. Okay, and then let's say I play queen here. Alright, I'm threatening mate. If the bishop takes, like, just give mate. If the knight moves, I can play maybe knight there. Take here. I take there. And the queen and the rook are both under attack. But maybe queen here. But then I would have really a nice position. I might go for that, or I might take the rook. I don't like that if I just take here. After this, I'm not super convinced about my position. Even if the square is, okay, it's controlled by the bishop. Okay, let's say I take here first, pawn takes. I take there, bishop takes, and I play queen here. Or maybe I take, knight there, this. Then I take there. There is this discovery check, but it's not a big deal. Okay, let's take here. And now we take here. And then maybe we just play queen there. Yeah, we are attacking this bishop, attacking this pawn. And we're doing fine. Okay, there is a pawn hanging here. And this might be the end for them. Because I take with the check. And this king is about to be checkmated. And I just resigned. Yes, if the king moves here, I can just play rook here. The queen has to move, then I bring the other rook, and this is game over. Guys, I hope you really had lots of fun, as much as I had. Make sure to subscribe and to like the video. See you tomorrow for day 25. We're about to end this challenge. I can't believe that. No, make sure to subscribe and like the video. See you tomorrow. Bye.